You may not get a masterclass on how to prepare for sex in marriage during your premarital counseling. In this episode, I'll share some tips and books to help you prepare for navigating physical intimacy in your marriage, especially as a new bride. Hi, my name is Oyinkan Dawodu, the host of Colours Flavours Podcast. Here I share stories, advice, and encouragement for navigating faith, dating, and marriage as a young Christian woman. If this sounds like something that you'll enjoy and you find helpful, please ensure you like this video and subscribe to the podcast for more. Now, this is part 3 of Before You Say I Do series, where I'm sharing tips and advice on preparing for marriage, planning a wedding, and navigating your first year in marriage. One important component of every successful marriage is physical intimacy. You know, the 3-letter word. Yeah, I know. Most times church girls don't like to talk about it or are shy, but trust me, it's something that it's on our mind, and it's only fair. It should be on your mind, especially if you're thinking about marriage. It's going to be an important aspect of your marriage. And so it's important that you are well informed and educated on how to navigate this very important part of marriage. So here I am helping you so that you don't have to struggle, and at least you know where to turn to for help if you have any concerns. So to my tips. The first thing I'd say, well, let's hold on. Before I even go into the tips, right? I think it's very important that as a bride-to-be, you don't get disappointed that you don't receive sex education from church. Because think about it. It's not the purpose of the church. And yes, while it's helpful that the church provides sufficient premarital counseling covering physical intimacy in marriage, it's not the primary purpose of the church. So yes, they can point you to where to get help, but don't be disappointed because, oh, the church did not teach me this, did not teach me that. That's not the purpose of the church. They're only trying to help. All right, I think that's very important to clear the air so that you're not like, why didn't they teach me this? It's not the primary purpose of the church. And yes, if they're offering counseling, they should talk about it, but still, there are some things that you can do to help as well so that you get the sufficient knowledge you need. All right, so just by the way, now to the tips, because I'm sure you are excited. Me too. Now, the first thing I would say is find a trusted married woman that you can ask questions. Yeah, you're going to have awkward conversations. I know you don't want to talk about it. You think, well, I think I would know how it works. Trust me, you will have questions, and I think it's important that you know someone you can reach out to. So it could be a friend, so maybe a married friend, Christian, please, very important as well. A Christian friend, a Christian married female friend, or a Christian older woman that you feel comfortable talking to about this kind of things, and who you can ask questions so she can guide you on what to do or tips just to help you, especially for your first time or, the first year of your marriage, right? So find a trusted Christian woman, married woman that you can ask questions. The second tip would be to ask questions during your premarital counseling. Oh, why am I putting all the work on you? I'm sorry, my dear. It's you that you're looking for help, right? And it's important. If you don't know, ask, all right? Don't think they're going to say, oh, she doesn't know anything. It's fine for them to consider you ignorant. And by the way, you are supposed to be ignorant about these things until it's time to prepare for marriage, right? So ask questions. If your counselor says something and it seems that the counselor is assuming that you know and you don't know, it's like, I have a question, please. What do I do? How do I do this? What should I get? How do I prepare? It's fine to ask questions, even if you feel like you're asking a silly question. Ask, get the help you need, and enjoy yourself in marriage. Okay. Now, the third bit, and I think this is the part where I can help you more practically. Read good books on navigating sex in marriage as a new bride. Now, by the way, physical intimacy is not just about sex. Right, but it's an important part. So read good books on navigating it as a new bride. And it's very important with this that you are careful, because there's some books that are labeled as Christian books on this subject, which aren't very helpful. They might be quite explicit. And so it's very important that you're careful. And so what I would say is you ask other married Christian women, say in your church or around you, for recommendations. Yes, yes. They read books like this. Or at least I think they do. Don't worry. It might be awkward, but just ask. Please, do you have any book you can recommend to me on this, and then they'll share with you if they've read it and found it helpful. So ask for recommendations from other Christian married women around you. Read reviews of these books as well. Um, on Amazon, for instance, you'd see reviews of people who have purchased the book. Read it, see if they're saying, oh, it's too this, it's too that, it's not very helpful, it's too explicit, then maybe you don't want to use that book or resource, right? Another thing you can do in choosing a good book is to look through the outline or the content of the book. So most times there are samples or at least an outline just to give you an idea of what's contained in the book. You can do that and choose a book that you believe will be suitable for you. Now, there are 3 books that I'm going to recommend that you check out and see if you will find them helpful. I think you would. I have read one of it. No, actually, I've read 2 of the 3 books. And the third one, I have purchased a different version of it and look through the sample of the one I'm recommending. Don't worry, I'll give you context. I just want to give that disclaimer, but I think they will be helpful anyways. Like I said, still do your due diligence. Choose one or choose 2 or 3 of them. Read and prepare for this part of marriage. So the first book will be Help, I'm Getting Married Tomorrow. I'm sure that's the title of the book. Help, I'm Getting Married Tomorrow. 10 things we wish the church would teach brides to be about sex. It's by Olamide and Aisha Craig. So it's for the bride to be, right? And disclaimer for these books, it's very important that you don't start reading these books way before your wedding, because as you read, images will be forming in your mind, and that might make you more susceptible to falling into temptation, right? So if your wedding day is still very far off, you don't need these books yet. But if you're approaching your wedding, say 2-3 weeks before your wedding, I think that's a good time. So like a month at most is a good time for you to start preparing for physical intimacy in marriage, right? So there's some chapters of the book that are suitable for you to read, let's say 2-3 weeks to your wedding, and there's some where the authors say read it, during your honeymoon or after your wedding, so that you can put to practice what you're reading. So yeah, that's book number 1. Don't worry, I'll link all these books in the description note or the episode notes so you can get them. So second book is Under the Sheets, a journey to enjoying mutual sexual satisfaction in marriage by Doyinsola and Ifeoluwa Olaniyan. These 2 books were actually written by the couples, right? And this is one not on the practicality of physical intimacy, but the emotional aspects of it, and just to help you be in the right frame of mind to build that physical intimacy in marriage. So it's a really good one as well. And then the third book, this is one that I haven't read this particular book, but there's another version that I have purchased that I have gone through. I've only looked through the sample of this one I'm recommending. It's titled A Celebration of Sex for Newlyweds by Douglas Rosenau. I will link it in the description box. So this is a book that you can read as a couple. So the second and third book I've mentioned, you can read as a couple. So let's say a week to your wedding, or read separately, and then once you get married, you can start reading it together and practice what you're reading. So I'll link all 3 in the description box. The celebration of sex for newlyweds, it looks like a really good resource for the couple. I have A Celebration of Sex, which is like an expanded version. It's like a textbook. I remember when it was delivered to my house and my husband brought it to me. I'm like, oh, I only ordered 1 book, and I opened it. It's actually quite thick, but it covers a whole lot of things. However, the author has done a concise version for newlyweds, which is what I'm recommending, because you don't have time to be reading textbook weeks to your wedding, right? So this is a concise version that will help you get started for physical intimacy in marriage. Those are 3 books. I hope you find them helpful. I trust you will. And then final tip, which is very important: relax. Yes. All right. Relax. See, when it comes to physical intimacy or even sex itself, you will learn as you go along in marriage, right? Your journey of physical intimacy will span the entirety of your marriage. And so your experience is not defined by your first moment or your first experience as a husband and wife. Don't put that much pressure on yourself. You figure it out as you go along, you get help and you get better, you'll enjoy it. There's something one of the authors shared from the a celebration of sex for newlyweds that really stood out for me, that I feel like, wow, a great summary of this subject. He says an intimate marriage plus mature lovers equals a fulfilling sex life. So an intimate marriage and mature lovers equals a fulfilling sex life. And he also says that only Christ-like grown-ups in a committed marriage can make love as the creator designed. Very important. All right. So while you wait and prepare to enjoy physical intimacy in marriage, prioritize learning how to build a good marriage. It'll help you navigate physical intimacy in marriage better. So if your marriage is thriving well, it helps you navigate that aspect better. I hope you found this episode helpful. I know it's a very sensitive topic, but you can do me a favor. Please like this video so that it can reach more people and more Christian brides to be can watch it and get the help they need. And in the comment section, you can just leave a thumbs up emoji. Or if you're bold enough, let me know that you like this episode, you found this helpful, and or even if you're married, what tip you're passing on to other Christian brides to be to help them in this area. This is a part of Before You Say I Do series. It's a 5-part series. This is episode 3 of the series. In episode 5, we're going to be having a Q&A episode where you get to ask me questions on preparing for marriage, planning a wedding, and navigating your first year in marriage. If you have questions, you can submit them using the link in the description box or episode note, and I'll answer it in that episode. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to the podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.